Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous Nola, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. It's your girl Nola again, sharing more of my narc experiences with the community to digest. I was thinking about the ridiculous shenanigans that these sick people do in an effort to gain attention, and want you to put your hands on this one. Episode 1. I was about 15 years old, and Mom had gone to the doctor for a checkup because she noticed some health issues started to arise, looking for supply. She went to the doctor, and they wanted to schedule tests for cancer. Nothing concrete, just some routine tests. She lost her mind. You know, this was every time Virginia, my mother, they went to the doctor, it was because they were dying. I mean, they'd mark them on their calendars, they fucking schedule it, you know. Oh, Christ. This is what it's like living with them. She called us all together into a room to give us the instructions of what to do when she dies. She said, "What, party? Don't worry, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground when you die." She said, "When I die, babysitter and surrogate will get everything." Oh, she looked at me and said, "And you will get nothing." At this point, she has nothing I want. She burst into tears and started the histrionics again. She told baby sister that we would all get married and leave her by herself because she was fat. She told her that we would start our own families and never look out for her the way she would. Baby sister claimed she didn't believe that. She took her for a ride alone in that damn gray Granada. I think she secretly wanted one for years. It was like 1992 and she had a 1979 Granada. Embarrassing. You know, I figured it was a 79 Granada my grandmother that Virginia had. Hers was this cream color, though. Unbelievable. And after the Granada, she goes out and she gets a Crown Vic, a two-door. This was crazy. My grandma, Virginia, had a two-door Crown Victoria. It was the craziest thing. They only made them for a few years, but... Episode number 2. When Narc Mom turned 50, my siblings decided it would be a great idea to throw her a party. She was 3 months behind in her rent, but they wanted to give her a party. They sent invitations from all over and had people travel 100 miles from New Orleans to D.C. just to throw her a birthday bash, knowing she was behind in her rent. I found out about the party. I found out after the party about the financial situation. Of course, my first question was, why did we throw her this party again? Why didn't we just pay her back rent to the landlord so she wouldn't be evicted? Well, because we know, Nola, where you grew up, okay, in urban communities, it's all about the party, not about the responsibility. This comes with the territory. Bad financial decisions, and where's the next party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? Oh, no rent? Where the party at? No lights? Where the party at? No food? Where the party at? Well, that would not prompt a decent photo op or make it seem like we were so fortunate. Also, it would probably be the white thing to do, Nola, wouldn't it? Why you gotta be acting white? White girl. Right? Because that's the real answer. Because that'd be the white thing to do. After all, the goal was to try to make other folks jealous. Guess what? The landlord got tired of it and evicted her anyway. So stupid. Yeah, sellout landlord wanting his money like that. As far as I can remember, Mom always wondering who was going to take care of her when she got old. You know my response. People purchase insurance policies for that kind of stuff. They don't want to be a burden on their kids, you know. Mom would tell us stories about her and surrogate mom used to be called the traveling magicians because she never had a stable roof over their heads. The more babies she had, the stronger the guarantee she would have a home, even if it was on Section 8 or a project. Once everyone grew up and were out of the house, you guessed it, Mom is still living with other people and wanting someone to be responsible for her. Whether it be the government or anybody, there it is. Otherwise, you a sellout. Nola, you trying to be white, getting on, becoming a weathercaster on the news. White girl, how dare you? How dare you? If your mother could pop out more kids and for the benefits at this point, she would. It's so sad. It's so sad when you look at it. And this runs rampant. This runs rampant. She, Runner Twin, and 3 of her sons are all living in a 1-bedroom apartment. None of them have decent credit, and she is the only one working. My siblings are so damaged by the rejection we experienced as kids, and they are so desperate to prove to the world that they are so great. Here is where they started the second cycle of my abuse as an adult. And yes, they do abuse us even into adulthood. Took me forever to recognize that. Golden Twin put up a god-awful family portrait on Facebook looking for supply. She labeled it as Mom and her successful girls. Lies. Runner Twin is still in the struggle, and so are the others. Anyway, you know what I did. I commented on the picture because she tagged me in it. I said, I have always hated this picture. This is what happens when your mom chases you down the street in her ugly gray Granada. You get off the bus from cheer practice and causes a scene in front of all your friends in the middle of the street. She said, bitch, get your ass in this motherfucking car and you gonna take this picture just like that. You dumb whore. Ho is how she said it. You dumb hoe. White girl. Ollie, she was wearing a t-shirt and short pants, and she made me get in that car, picture, and smile. This is what Charlene's mother used to do. Charlene's mother, to this day, dresses like, and she's 56, 58 now, dresses with long blonde wigs, blonde hair, fucking tight skank pants. She showed up at our place in Jersey when we were still up there, okay, on a Sunday afternoon in purple stretch pants and purple thigh-high boots. Hair all... She was like 51, 52 at the time, so maybe she's almost... She's the reason why Charlene hates cameras. She hates being on cam. She hates having her picture taken. She hates smiling because that's what her mother did to her. Her mother would humiliate her and then make her pose in pictures and make her... Hates it. Hates it. Because they're giant children. They never grow up. And in her case, being Dominicans, it wasn't hate white people. In her family, it was be afraid of white people. Where in your case, it was don't be white. Don't be like white people. I mean, this is why she had to get laid off from... She got laid off from the art gallery job. And I'll tell you what happened there was she worked at that art gallery. It was all Dominicans in the main office. All Dominicans. And she'll tell you they didn't do anything but sit around and complain about white and blame everything on white people. Meanwhile, the whole warehouse is falling apart. People aren't getting their orders. Charlene's trying to deal with these pissed off customers, and they don't care. They don't care. It's a mentality. It's poisonous. And they didn't care. They all sat around and bitched about white people holding them back or whatever was happening there. And they all ended up out of a job. They all got laid off. Now, they would all probably ended up laid off after Irma went through and wiped it out anyway. But they should have been able to recoup the business. And they ended up having to close the galleries in Fort Lauderdale, okay, because they didn't know how to run the company. This is what happens. It's like this mentality of only assert yourself so far and then blame everyone else. You got past that, and you were called white for doing it. I was sweaty and my hair was a mess. Everyone else was dressed in their Sunday best, but she didn't care. Remember, they hate you and they wanted to be you. You're the one who came home. You're the girl who came home and found what? Your older sister dressed up in your cheerleading outfit? Of course they want to catch you at your worst. I was late on purpose because I did not want to be in this picture. She wasn't having that. I mean, what would other people think? Golden Twin said, Nolan never wanted to be a part of this family anyway. There you are. See? Safe to say that me commenting on this picture did not go well with any of my narc siblings. The text message started flying. Twin was like, long as you live, don't you ever say you don't like a picture I put up. Oh, God. It's like, you can't even disagree in this mentality. They're just ready to throw down at a second's notice. No ability for conflict resolution. None. And don't you ever leave a comment on Facebook about a picture that was taken in 1993. Surrogate was like, now every time I see this picture, I'm going to have to look at it knowing that you didn't want to be in our family picture. Baby sister was like, you should have called your sisters and said take it down instead of commenting on it on Facebook. I said, what? Nobody asked my permission before they put it up. Did anyone call me to ask me if it was okay to put up that picture? So tell me again why I should care about responding to it publicly. I mean, it was put up for the public to see, right? And don't speak to me like I am your child. Who do you think you are, you geriatric thought? I still owe Golden Twin a 2-piece with a side order and a biscuit. That means 2 to the dome. She is hands down my precious ugh. Now I don't ever post stuff on social media without the other person's consent first. It's just something I don't do. But they were just livid about me, about what I said, because the rules don't apply to you, Nola. They're jealous of you. They put it up knowing that you didn't look your best. That's why they do it. If they could try to make themselves look good and you look bad at the same time, that's heaven. Now I don't ever post stuff on social media without the other person's consent first. It's just something I don't do. But they were livid with me about what I said. I told them I went ahead and removed my comment. But don't ever tag me in something I did not give my permission to again. Golden Twin had switched to full-blown narc wave. She's like, you got my motherfucking mama calling me, telling me to take down a picture because you don't like it. Who the fuck do you think you are? Now is the same twin that jumped me and Surrogate on Mother's Day behind the histrionics of mom. They were telling me that I better not ever make their mama cry again. Like, God, like, oh my, like, why is it in the black community if you say something, you're protecting your mama? It's not a free pass to act like a fucking asshole. This is what happens. And this is what happens with the men as well. Like, oh, you insult my mom. Stop. Because it's all about the party. It's all about the fun. It's all about it's what it is. The party never ends. You see the cycle? Them against me again. No one standing up for me or looking at things from my perspective. Nobody remembers when she made me cry. My tears meant nothing to them. I deserved it. I hate that it took me this long to see things clearly. Yeah, they can bring up their old attacks out of nowhere. Oh, we're going this? We're reliving this old hit? Perfect. Let's get it. Let's jump Nola. Episode 3, I was in Bible study with my husband and my little guy. My cell phone starts blowing up with text messages from them and phone calls with voicemail messages. They were all in a panic. And were talking to her, taking her to the emergency room because something was terribly wrong with her. It was a test. They wanted to see what I would do, I'm sure. I told my husband about it after church and made him come with me to the hospital. And they didn't expect that. LOL. When I got up there, Mom looked shocked to see me. Surrogate and twin were sitting there like the enablers they were. One of the nurses walked up to me and my husband. I didn't recognize her, but she knew me right away. I was friends with her in high school, and she was happy to see me. She told my husband that I was a good girl in school and did not cause any problems. The Siamese twins didn't like hearing that from someone else. When the doctor came out, Mom was sitting there holding a plastic grocery store bag with bottles of medicine in it. The doctor was like, "We have the results from your test, and we'll call in a prescription for some antibiotics to help you with your bladder infection. Thanks all for now. Just let us know if you feel worse later on." It was as hot as fish grease, Ollie. All that for something ibuprofen could help with. Ugh. The next day I got a text from Mom talking about how happy she was to see me and that she couldn't believe I came. She was like, "I was so happy to see you and your family, and I was shocked you actually came." Set up. I responded to her and said, If I was the old Nola, you probably would never see me or my family again. I told her that what we have is a relationship, but it is the fellowship that has been broken. I told her that I wish she could hear my heart and that I am sorry for holding her hostage in my heart for all those terrible things she had done to me. I told her that she had a chance to break the cycles and curses on our family, but she chose not to. I told her that maybe God might break them through me, and that I would do everything I can to be sure that happens. She turns around and tells Golden Twin and Surrogate that she apologized to me for all the things she had done. Lies. Her response to me was, "You gotta say it like an old Baptist preacher, Ollie. If I ever did you any wrong, I didn't mean you any harm." If I ever Oh, a bladder infection brought her to this epiphany, huh? Right. Grr. Empty plastic words. Twin says in Mom's mind, is that her way of apologizing? That doesn't exactly work for me. Take ownership, be accountable. Episode 4. So I find out via Facebook that baby sister was on her way to New Orleans. I was shocked because I had talked to her on the phone the day before, and she never even mentioned coming here. When I finally heard from her, she was like, "Yeah, I'm here because I'm getting ready for the party." It's always a party. It's always a party. It's always a party with the narcissist. Did you understand? You grew up looking for the next party, with people looking for the next party. I was like, what party? She said, Mama's party. Girl, didn't you know? I was like, why would I know that? I haven't talked to anyone in over 6 months. She said, you should be in communication with your sisters then. I said, maybe if my sisters could have independent relationships with me. She continued, well, you know, Mama was in a car accident. I said, nope. Didn't know that either. And she said, yeah, she drove her car through the Ecuador school supply storefront. It was all over the news. I said, y'all still giving her a party? Whose bright idea was that? Y'all need to get her some therapy. How'd she do that? She said she was confused with the brake and the accelerator. Ollie, Narc Mom is a driver for a living. How did she confuse the two pedals? On the day before her birthday. Chili, please. Please. Somebody was running low on narc supply. Yeah. That's what they do. That's because she's a borderline. That's what borderlines do. That's what they do. So the next day, another picture surfaces on Facebook. Golden Twin had taken the picture at the party at her home, and the entire family showed up. They even got the runner twin and her children to pose in the fake portrait. Well, you know what happened next, right? Everyone started commenting and wanted to know where Nola was and why I wasn't in the picture. Golden Twin responds, but adds my name to the comment. Dummy. Facebook let me know via notification that someone mentioned me in a comment. Imagine my surprise when I saw that it was her. I hadn't spoken to her since she cursed me out over New Year's. Why on earth would my name be in her mouth? Her comment went like this. Nola is not pictured in this photo, so please don't call any attention to her absence. I was livid. I screenshot what she said and texted all of them in group text. I said in my response, this is exactly why I stay my distance. Oh my God, why did I do that? They say when the scapegoat family has enough and walks away, the exit is not pretty. Let me tell you, that is an understatement. I have a small novel of the nasty responses I receive from these clowns that I keep to remind me about how evil they are. Let me tell you, all hell broke loose and the fallout was epic. We'll write that to you in another letter. Your girl, Nola. The narcissist always freaks out when you end the party. The narcissist freaks out when the party's over. When you end the party, it's always a search for the next party. They resent you because of what you represent. They hate you for what you represent. You represent responsibility. You represent being white to them. But being white is reality. Being white is responsibility. Being white in their mind is paying your rent and not having a party. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for another contribution and story, Nola. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.